Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss another problem. Problem is climbing stairs. So in this problem you are climbing a staircase. It takes n steps to reach the top. So we have to reach the top. We are currently at the bottom. Each time you can climb one or two steps. In how many distinct ways can you climb to the top? Okay. So n is given to us. N is what? N is the steps. Like how many steps are needed to go to the top. So this is top here. This is bottom right now where we are. Okay. And how many steps we have to go? Like how many steps are there between bottom and top? There are three steps. So at a time we can either go one step or we can go two step. So either we can go like one step, first we come here, then we go one step again, we come here, then we go one step again, we come here. This is one way. One way. Another way is we go one step, here, like here. Basic First we go one step here, then we go two steps, one, two, directly here, two steps. So that is second way. One more way, like, so in this way we have to tell how many different like ways are there. For example, right from the bottom we can go directly two steps, like here, uh, one step, here, then two steps. So directly here we can go, and then from here we can go one step. So there are different ways. This is also one way. So we have to tell how many total number of ways are there. There are three ways for n is equal to 3, which we saw, right? These three ways. Okay. So this is how this is what the problem is. I hope you understood the problem. Now let's see how we can approach it. So we'll be taking this example only, n is equal to 3. Okay. So let's say we are here. This is a, now for example, let's say you are here. Okay. Or let's say you are here. Okay, you are at the top only. So this top, what are the different possibilities? You might have reached this top by like one step, or you might have reached like from basically from here you might have reached to the top, or you might have reached this top from here, like taking two steps, right? You don't know like how have you reached this top. You might have reached it by one step, you might have reached it by two steps, right? So when, if we have three, right, what will be the number of ways to reach the third step? It will be number of ways, like if we can go from the, like, there is one way of going by taking one step, and there is one way of going by taking two steps, right? So what we will do, simple. If we have three, the number of ways going to this third step will be addition of the number of steps which are there. Like if we have this, the number of ways in which like we can reach here, because then we can take one step and we go to this third step. Number of ways to reach, so if n is equal to 3, number of ways to reach n minus, if we take one step, like we are taking one step, so number of ways by what will be the number of ways to reach 3? It will be number of ways to reach 2, that is this one, because then we take step 1 and we go to 3. So this will be, if n is equal to 3, number of steps by taking n minus 1, like how many number of ways are there required to reach this step, and how many ways are there to reach the n minus 2 step, because from n minus 2 we will take 2 step and we will come to the third one, that is 3 minus 2 will be 1. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is, if you have n, number of ways to reach this n will be addition of number of ways to reach n minus 1, number of ways to reach n minus 2. Why number of ways adding? Because from number of ways of reaching n minus 1, from there you take just one step and you reach here. From n minus 2 you just take one step again, two steps, and you just reach n. So whatever number of ways are there to reach here plus number of ways to reach here will be the total number of ways to reach here. Alright, so let's dry run once. If we have n is equal to 3, there will be two cases. Either we have reached this 3 by taking one step, so we'll be at 2 step, or we have reached this 3 by taking 2 steps. So then currently we were initially we were at first step. Then for this 2, there will be again two cases which will be addition. So number of ways basically. So here what I'm saying is, number of ways to reach second step will be addition of whatever is here and whatever is here. Okay, so we can reach this 2, like if we have this second step we can reach by going one step from here, by like if we are here, so going one step, or we are if at the starting, so by taking 2 steps. So if we take one step, so initially we were at first step. If we take 2 steps, initially we were at 0th, like starting. Okay, similarly this is 1, this is 1. So for this one, either there are two ways. Either we reach this 1 by taking one step, so we'll be at initially 0, or we reach by 2, but that will give obviously -1, so this is not valid case. Okay, now this is the base case. Now this is the base case when we are at 0, n is equal to 0, that is 0th step. So obviously 0th step is the top step. So what are the number of ways to reach the 0th step? There is only one way. That will not be like making any move because we are initially here only. So there is only one way of reaching this. So if n is 0, that is we are at the 0th step, then just return 1. Why 1? Because there is only one way. 1 because there is only one way. Okay. So yeah. So basically here we have two options, right? We have two options. If we are at n, there are two total number of ways. Total number of ways. It's very important, guys, to understand. Total number of ways to reach nth stair. Nth stair will be equal to total number of ways to reach n minus 1th stair plus total number of ways to reach n minus 2th stair. Because n minus 1 stair, if we are at n minus 1th stair, we can just go one step and we can go here. So all those number of ways will be for this also. And if we are at n minus 2th, so we take 2 step and we reach here again. So those number of ways which are there to reach n minus 2th will also be for nth stair. Okay. So we will be having, since we have two options here, either we can reach this n from n minus 1 or we can reach this n from n minus 2. So we have options, right? We have options. So when we have options, we use recursion. So we will recursively call on n minus 1 and we will recursively call on n minus 2, and whatever answer we'll get, we'll add those, and those will be the number of ways for this nth. And base case is, if n is 0, just return 1. If n is negative, like here if you see, here n was coming negative, like -1. So in that case just return 0. If n is negative, n is negative, return what do you say, 0. Okay, so let's see the code once quickly. For now, just don't see these lines. These are like memoization we are doing. So see, if n is less than 0, we just return 0. If n is 0, we return 1. And otherwise, we make recursive call on n minus 1 and n minus 2. And we add the number of ways which we get. And here we are calling the function, this function, with the n. Now, here the recursive calls will be exponential, right? Exponential recursive calls will be there because at each step, we'll be having two possibilities. So for example, if you have n is equal to 10, if you have n is 10, so you will have here 8, n is equal to 10, n minus 1, that is 9, and here n minus 2, 8. Similarly 8, 7, 7, 6, like this. So here if you see, right, there will be repetitive calls, repetitive recursive calls. For see here 1 and 1, right, 1 and 1. These are repetitive recursive calls. So whenever there is repetitive recursive calls, when we'll be calculating for this one, we will store the result, and when we have to again calculate for the one, we will just fetch the result. We will not again calculate, we will just use the previous results because n is 1 here, n is 1 here. So obviously computation will be same, right? So memoization we will do. Here we have taken a vector to store the results, and memo we are passing here. If for that n value we have already stored the result, that is it's not equal to -1, means we have already computed it, so we'll just return that. Otherwise, whenever we are computing for a particular n, right, we will store that in the vector. So I hope you understood this problem. Time complexity, since we are using O of n, it will be, because here we are using memoization, and yeah, space also will be O of n. So if you found the video helpful, please like it. Code will be in the description. And if you have any queries, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.